Welcome, podcast fans. It's time for the What's Up Bro podcast show presented by J&J Production Studios, the home for all your entertainment needs. All kinds of great topics discussed every week, a variety of different themes offered, special guest appearances, prize giveaways, and so much more. Stay tuned. And now, here are your hosts, Sam Crow and Big Hoss.
Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday, one and all. Welcome to a brand new episode of the What's Up Bro podcast show. Of course, brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studios, your one true home for entertainment. So glad to have you guys here. It is I, of course, Sam Crow, as always. Big Hoss will be joining us shortly, running just a tad behind, but we're going to get started. We've got a action-packed episode here for you guys tonight, which we can't do too much yet until he gets here, so this will buy us actually a few moments. We can go over just a couple announcements to catch everybody up. Give us a minute to reconnect and reconvene because, well, we haven't been here for a minute. We decided to take the night off last night, so we had no show there. Hopefully you guys didn't miss us too terribly. I hope you did in some capacity, but we're back, we're here, and more great content, same great things that you guys love, and of course, all kinds of exciting surprises that sometimes we don't even realize and recognize until it actually happens. So, but it's great to be back. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hard to believe it's already Saturday night, and we say it often, but these weekends just seem to fly and fly by. Like, I don't even... It's almost like we... we talked about, I think last weekend, in fact, we had this kind of a season where instead of having a spring season, we went right from winter to summer. So it's almost kind of that blend where the the weekends almost, I guess you could say, in a manner of speaking, seem like it's almost non-existent. Some of us, that's probably more true than others, depending on our occupations, what we're doing, things of that nature, age too. Everybody has a different concept regarding what a weekend is. Obviously, it's a lot more fun when you're younger. I speak from experience for that too. Things do change there. But, again, to everybody to each his own. And, as we've said before also, some people, the weekend isn't always Friday, Saturday. It could be Monday, Tuesday. I've had some friends I know that work on the weekends, and technically their weekend is the beginning of the work week for most of us. So you just kind of roll with that, but I don't know. Either way, I guess it's always fun to maximize the time, maximize the effort, and of course, obviously vacations are coming up, and so a lot of people take time off. A lot of people have trips planned, and we've shared before. I have shared before. I've had some staycations, which are just as much fun as a normal vacation. Of course, it's fun to go places, but there's just that opportunity where you take to do something different than you would ordinarily do on a regular basis, so there is that. So all those things play a factor there, but either way, we enjoy it. There's always something to do. It's never a dull moment, and that's such as life, I feel like, in a lot of cases, and a lot of you probably can relate to that, I'm sure. I'm confident in that, almost 110% for certainty, but in regards to that, just to give you a tidbit there, if you did not catch the title of the episode there, or in the details there, which sometimes we have to deal with some heavier things there. We've been sharing that lately, and we do try to keep things on the lighter side on average, but some recent events, which we're going to talk with Big Hoss about because it features him specifically, we want to share. We're going to dive into that, but there's just always something that seems to happen. There is just, I don't know, never a dull moment is the only way I can surmise it, but it feels like it needs more than that. But you guys probably know, so for lack of diving into even further detail, you kind of get the point where we're going with it. But we're going to cover that. But let's go over just a couple quick announcements there. Again, not much going on. I want to start kind of in a different kind of reverse order. We do want to still have, we have that still signed autograph photo of our good friend Miranda Fear the Maverick. If you guys are interested there, we're going to continue to post that. Throughout the year, we decided to do that. We had some interest. We want to see if we can gather some more. So we will be posting it on social media as a potential giveaway item there. So again, if you missed it before, I'll just go over that quickly to remind you guys. You can enter for a chance to be the lucky winner of the signed photo by doing any of the following, and all of the following rather too. When the photo circulates, which we will have it out on all of our social media platforms, make sure you're following us there so you don't miss it. You can leave a comment, you can like it, you can repost it, whatever you want to do. That will give you an entry there. If you do all of them, we'll give you a couple of bonus entries if you go on all the social media platforms. Which I almost forgot, wanted to mention this too in case you guys didn't know. It is finally official. We've been joking. I know I've been making fun about this, joking it, because technically it's been now, I want to say almost a year today. It's coming up in July, so we're about, I'd say 10 months since the official change from Twitter to X. Why we still refer to it as Twitter X, because I said they changed the entire platform except the URL, the website domain, but that has officially changed as of, I think it was Thursday, in fact. So now it is official, and we have it changed on our link tree there, so you guys can find us there. Everything's updated. X.com, Twitter is officially retired and no more. So of course you can follow us there as well. That's where a lot of you guys do, and we appreciate that. But yeah, if you want to enter for that giveaway or have a chance for that, that's how you can do it. You can also reach out to us if you want to send an email. You can do that too. That's fine. I'm trying to think what else we have available that we could do. You can leave a comment on YouTube in the community there if you guys want to do that. You're welcome to as well. Again, just really anywhere where we can see it, and it gives us an opportunity to follow along with you guys, whoever who you are. And again, we'll try to reach out for details, especially for when we have a winner picked, to know where to send it to, but we'll do that privately, of course. But it just helps us connect with you guys there as well. So that's going to be running for the rest of this year, and we'll probably at some point have that giveaway, but we're trying to get some more people interested there as well for that. Hopefully to have her back on the show. I'm going to reach out again, so that's something that we're hoping to do before the year's over, but I also know schedules are busy too, and I know she had mentioned before there's a fight schedule coming up this year, so we're still working to see if that's a possibility, as well as some other special guests we're trying to see if we can get on there, so lots still to come potentially this year. So we'll keep you guys posted there. Of course, make sure you stay tuned and keep an eye on all social media accounts there, which will give you the quickest and easiest way to have updates there, which include, and we'll throw this in here too if you guys haven't checked it out already, the official studio website there, you can check out there, jnjproductionstudios.com, or if you go to our link tree, you can click on it. It will direct you directly to the site. You can listen, of course, to your favorite episodes. When we have a new show going out, it will post once we go off the air. And we have our blog that we do there as well, which we did update that. We are going to, our last recent post, our good friends from Pod Z Quad, we are going to get Deanie and those guys on here. We had a snafu as far as scheduling, so we are working to rectify that, but that will be addressed soon. What else do we have going on here? Let's see. Still in the process, probably this week, I'm going to be moving to the new studio space where we will have more opportunity to get more content out, which has been the plan, and we will be doing that. My computer is acting weird here. Just put new batteries in the mouse, which I'm trying to get used to that here. But that's an exciting thing going on there, so we'll have multiple opportunities to get content out for you guys. A lot more recording, which we are... Oh, actually, that reminds me, we do have... we are planning it. We don't have it scheduled yet. But our good friend Ramsey Beach, where we train Impulse Martial Arts, is coming back to do another episode of Into the Martial Arts World. Probably sometime around Memorial Day, the beginning of June, which is coming up. We will have that available for you guys. Not sure yet entirely if it will be a show that night. We may pre-record ahead of time. Again, it's just going to depend on schedules and whatnot. But we'll keep you guys posted there. But it will be up. It'll be a brand new episode. Really excited to have him back in here with us. And just be able to continue on this journey what we have. I think you guys love that. We always love it. It's always a lot of fun, so can't wait for that to happen. I'm just going to be posting a few things here, so bear with me as I multitask. Let's see. Whoops, if I can spell correctly. It's always good. I try to maximize the time when we can, because then this is less we have to do later. It's always nice to... The thing I will say I miss, which some of the features that we have from the software that we've done, we don't have auto sharing anymore, which is unfortunate, but we've also been notified and understand why that has happened. So, in certain things, so we just have to do a little more legwork, which again is perfectly fine. But it does give. I will say this. It gives me great appreciation for a lot of content creators. Now, another announcement we have in there too is we are still working on our streaming channels for Kick and Twitch, which we're hoping, and we're going to probably experiment over the summer to see about gaming wise. We still haven't quite figured that animal out yet. That's still something in the works, but we hope to do that. So, but just posting, and even on YouTube, I mean, there's been a lot of podcasters and YouTubers, and there's just so much admiration and appreciation for what these artists do. I mean, I will say I've very thoroughly. I always enjoy a lot of YouTube there, which I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. But it's really, really interesting when you're on the creative side of things, and you really get a tremendous amount of appreciation for what people do, especially for those that make a living doing some of these things, because there's even more. They have the equipment is better. There's scripts and there's production and there's some of the things that we do, too, a lot of times, but nothing to the level of some of these far exceptional professionals that just absolutely rock it. It's incredible. So, and even when we started doing the podcast and researching that, and again, as I said, Big Hoss was the one who had the most experience for that. I really didn't, and so it was just a matter of a learning curve of figuring everything out. So just researching that and having the ability to understand the ins and the outs, and as we've said it too before, a lot of it was trial and error. Sometimes we still kind of venture down that pathway. It doesn't always go according to plan, but we've gotten a lot better, as you guys probably hopefully noticed. But there's always something that can be improved upon, that can I'm trying to think what's a good word for that. Can be improved upon, also can't, you learn something new. Sorry, again, multitasking. Let's see. Always something going on. We talked about this, right? Something's always happening. I completely lose my train of... Oh, multitasking. There you go. There's always something that's going on. I mean, I want to use this as an example, too, because I was thinking about this. So, we all rely on our phones, right? That's par for the course. And there's so much stuff happening, whether that's emails and social media and phone calls and texts and apps that control appliances in the home, banking. I'm trying to think of some other things. Gosh, they do everything. It still blows my mind. It boggles me. How advanced technology has gotten. Even gaming systems. We talked about this, but I'm still I will say this even. I've always really enjoyed, and I still do, gaming consoles, which I'm hoping to get back on. I got to do a lot of work on my console over the summer, too, this year, which is the plan. But even gaming laptops, seeing the computer, and I've probably the earliest recollection other than the handheld devices was the computer, the PC. Now, games have really advanced. They have, graphic-wise, the graphics card, the engine, even the hard drives that go, everything has so advanced, but it's really incredible. And then you look at your phone, like, I remember when probably a lot of us who are older remember when cell phones started to become more advanced. They weren't necessarily. I mean, we had the flip phones going on there. We had all this stuff, and that was cool at that time. If you can believe, I know a lot of the younger folks are going flip phones, flip phone. I'll put you this one even. I remember, and I kind of wanted one, but I never had one. My sister had one. If you remember the Razor phone, okay. This is dating me too. I won't say when it was, but a lot of you probably know this already. That was popular at the time. Now my sister had one. I never had one, but I think I went a different route, which I don't know why I did, but I just did. And so that was the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. That was the hot topic item at that time. Fast forward, I almost said flash forward, which still works, to present day. Technology as we see can't even keep up with itself because there's a new model of phone like every year. Like, I still have the Galaxy S22, which was brand new when I got it like 2 years ago, and already we're at the S24. Like, it's incredible. I understand it and I get it, but it's really just, it's so interesting how things just sort of, it's mind blowing. So, it keeps everybody, it keeps us all collectively together, because I mean, you don't have to I remember, so I say it's fun with smartphones. I would tell people, back when I started using email and stuff, someone would say that we sent you an email, there's an email message for you, whatever, for some odd reason. Yeah, okay, I'll check it when I get home. I'm not home yet. I can't view it. I have to. That was the thing. So, we've come a long way since then, but it's actually, I don't know, it's a blessing and a curse, really, because then we have the flip side where a lot of young kids, and this is a notice for a lot of you younger and older too. I mean, like I'm saying, any of you technology buffs, anybody who uses their technological device, your smartphones, your tablets, your iPads, your phones, your watches, your laptops. I don't know, so many different devices nowadays. I can't even keep track sometimes. But take a break now and again. Get off of that. Grab a book. Get something in your hands there. Like I love my Kindle, just like anybody else. Get a book. Grab a pencil and paper. Leave notes. I'll text my mom and dad for a note. Write them a note. My family still does that to some degree. Leave notes. So, the simple classics. You know what I mean? Stick with that. But it is nice, again, but it can be, I'm going to touch on this a little bit. Hopefully Haas will get here for that. But it can be a pro and it can be a con. Again, it's in the hands of the user, so it can be used for good or evil. Just depends on the individual, depends on purpose, etc. So I want to touch on this a little bit. And again, we'll dive deeper if he's able to jump on here, which we're going to be on here for a little while yet. So Big Hoss had himself, I guess you could kind of say it, quite the adventure the other day. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. We're gonna let him divulge a bit more. We're gonna talk to him about it, but and of course, for obvious reasons too, we're not naming names. We're not saying anything specific. We're just kind of sharing this. Our goal is always to help as much as possible, educate people, share some inside wisdom and some things, maybe help those of you guys maybe dealing with the exact same thing or at least similar issues. So it made me think of this, and why we thought about this topic for that was it kind of goes back to, we've shared, and that was one of our very first episodes, in fact, the cyberbullying we talked about. Now this is something similar, but it goes a lot deeper than that. Now, if for whatever reason Big Hoss does not come here tonight, we will dive into this later, but I want to just flip that and say, I shared this incident I've had a while back too. We're coming to a point in this day and age where nowhere truly is safe. I don't know how else to say that. I just want to be upfront with you guys for that. A lot of you probably know this. If you don't, use this as a reality to understand. Nowhere is safe. Now, different levels for that, obviously, number one, can mean different things. doesn't mean anything could happen. There's that. It just means that we are living in a time where the world is absolutely going sideways. Okay? And we see it so many times. We see it so many different places. And why I say it that way is because even for me, coming from a small town growing up, there's still issues that come through there, which was never really a thing before. Now all of a sudden, it's almost a regular common occurrence. I mean, yeah. Again, this is not news, but a lot of us who are older, we've seen it, we've been through it, we've experienced different things. A lot of you guys younger, this is a different time for you growing up. Obviously, there's a lot of fringe benefits, and I've even said this, if I could go back, would I want to grow up in this day and age now, being younger again? Maybe. Certain things. I wouldn't say everything has improved dramatically. There's still some things from the time I was growing up that I think still stand the test of time. A lot of us probably think that too. Where, certain things that are manufactured, produced, they don't make certain things like they used to. The whole thing there, etc. But I don't know. We are definitely in a new era, in a new age, and I've said it before, and it's even more true now too, that nothing truthfully really shocks me anymore. Nothing. I stopped, and I may have said this, maybe I didn't. I try very hard not to follow the news a lot, because it's just there's really nothing good about it. Like, even, I'll go on and check the sports, a few things here and there. I do keep up with things. I'm not saying I'm totally oblivious to it, but it's just any more so difficult with everything happening that it's incredible, but it just goes to show you that, and you guys too, if you're growing up now in this time and age, if you're under even early teens, I would say preteen to late to early teens, this is that period where you will notice a change at some point as you continue to get older. If you guys are in that 20-somethings, beginning that young adult category, you're probably just noticing those changes there. Maybe you start seeing that, and then as you continue to get older, it'll become more and more apparent and evident, and you will pick up on it pretty quick. But it's just I don't know. And there's so many talk about. I've heard other shows and other podcasts that kind of feature this, and I've listened to a few. And I don't know if we could say anything better other than just the same method that we always go with, and just do your absolute best and be you, and take it a day at a time, and just try to maximize your chances and opportunities. I mean, again, we can't predict the future. We don't know what will happen from one minute to the next. So it's just kind of one of those things where you just have to take a chance, take a leap. What are some of those? I'm trying to think. What are some of those classic sayings? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm not sure how that one necessarily applies, but a lot of those cliche sayings that we've all heard them growing up. I've heard probably quite a bit of them, as of probably most of you. There's still some new ones now. Like, there's even terms nowadays. Here's a funny thing I want to mention. Speaking of times are changing, there's so many interesting terms for different things. The old classic saying is there's slang terms, there's lines, there's shortcuts for words, and I don't necessarily mean bad words. I'm just talking about things in general, and I think it's a generational thing. But there's some stuff that I'm familiar with, a lot of stuff I've heard. Even as I've gotten older, I'm still well versed enough and familiar with a lot of the lingo there. But there's some really interesting things, and I always say human beings are so creative. We are such creative individuals that come up with the weirdest, dumbest, stupidest stuff. But in some circumstances, it actually makes sense. I can't think of anything off the top of my head because, again, I try to even process exactly how the logic came to these certain lines and quotes and all this other stuff. Um, but it's really incredible how people come up with that, and I'm like, and again, some of them like that's pretty catchy. I wish I would have thought of that because that could be $1 million idea right there. Others, it's like, really, you could have probably put a little more thought into that. That's the best you could come up with the time you had. But it is a lot of fun. It's just, I don't know, it just amuses me. And again, maybe because I'm so old to that point where it's just the things that that kind of tickle my interest now. But it's just, I don't know. I think it just shows the trending of the change and stuff. And I've heard this all for a long time. And it's true what they say. As you get older, you appreciate and you understand these type of things even more. But yeah, times are definitely changing, and for better or for worse, we all have moments there. It's just, I know we've talked. I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. But I shared this even on Deanie's show on Vigilantes Radio. We talked about this a while back too. So that was the question. What was the question? If I could go back and tell my younger self. It's all about, life's about the journey. And life's about, just discovering what you're passionate about, trying to make it. Everybody has different motivations, different reasons. But I think it's just important. We say all the time, we got to slow down, take a moment, enjoy life. Don't rush it. Like growing up. You don't rush to grow up because you'll grow up pretty quickly. I can guarantee you that. Just try to make the most of it, so that when you do get there, you are able to say, "Yeah, I enjoyed the steps to take it here," because when you're growing up there, and I think this is common. It has to be common there. If you say this is not common for you, then clearly you're not being truthful with yourself about it. But we're in such a rush to grow up. I just said this to someone the other day. I don't remember who I was saying it to. It actually might have been a while ago. It might have been a good friend of mine, John, who I mentioned about. But you're always in a rush to grow up. At least that's what we always say when we're kids. We're hurrying. We want to grow up. We want to be an adult. It's going to be more fun to be an adult. Then you fast forward and become an adult, and you're like, nope, this is not as fun as we thought, and this is not exactly what I bargained for, and this is not what our parents or our friends or our aunts, uncles, grandparents, this is not what they made it look like when they, from what we saw from them. So then you're like, I want to be a kid again. I want to be young. And of course, then it's too late because obviously, you've grown up. Point being, life lesson for that is take your journey wherever you're at in life. There, as I said, I would love to have grown up in this time, but I'm grown up now, so it's just the way it is going to be. But don't rush it. We do only live once. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, and I've sort of been nostalgic about it myself because if you guys know, if you listen to the show, my good friend John had passed a few weeks ago. It kind of just he pauses for reflection there for a little bit. Now again, we used to talk about this all the time, and I would say to him, one day, obviously when he wouldn't be around, because many years from now, not thinking that would be right this moment, but I used to say to him, joking, we talk a lot about it, was I'm going to be sitting in your chair where you are, and his older man in his mid-70s, maybe someone younger like me taking care of him, I don't know. But I feel like, I know I asked this question not too long ago, and I said to him, what does it feel like there when you're reflecting? I said, obviously I'm not at your age yet, because he was a lot older than me. But I said, what is it like when you do you think about your life when you go back to when, he told me stories about when he was my age and all that sort of stuff. What kind of reflectiveness do you have, and what does it feel like when you are sort of reliving, or do you think back about those moments? I think a lot about them. I have quite a few now, and I'm sure I'll have quite a few more down the road, but from someone who has that much sage wisdom and experience because of how old they are and what's going on, it's just a curiosity thing, because I'm like, I won't know that for another 40 years. But for you, what does it feel like, And do you think about it? Because I know where his perspectives were too, and I don't think, I don't think it wasn't super important to him. So I feel like why I say this too is, it's important that we really make the most of our stages of life where we're at. And unfortunately, it again, highs and lows, there's speed bumps there, which it will share, because I really felt this is important. But again, I don't want to spoil too much of it, because this is really more for I've only been brought into this because he shared this with me, but I want to sort of help with him, kind of give you guys that breakdown, because I feel like there's a great lesson to be learned. It's always, I can say this much too, it's always hard because you don't know who to trust and you know what's going to happen, which is unfortunately in this case for him was a big reason for why this dilemma happened that happened. So, but we don't want it to spin it where it seems a complete negative, or it's again not meant to scare anybody. It's really again just to bring the upfront information there. And for us, just saying, look, we want you guys to know this because it could happen to you, might not happen to you, but again, some of the things that we've had happen, especially this past year, and I gotta say, this has been, between the last year up until now, has been, a lot of things have happened, not anticipating, not expecting, did not ever feel like was going to happen, happened. I wish I would have been prepared. However, this is another lesson I learned from what's going on from recently. Sometimes even as much as you can be prepared, you're just never fully ready. That's something that, and again, it's easier said than done, and a lot of people are not going to be able to do this or understand the concept of that, but you're just truthfully never as ready as you feel you are. And so, again, I don't know what the secret recipe, what the formula is, how can you rectify that? I don't think you can. I would simply just say, do yourself a favor and try as your very best to be as prepared as possible. However you want to do that. So, that's just as far as I can take that there. But I think that's important. So, when we have these, why I mentioned this too, why we have these life experiences, these lessons, good or bad, and we have our fair share of both. They're opportunities to grow, opportunities of learning something, and to ask the question, where do I go from here? Did I learn something there? What happened? What was the experience like? I always say there's a lesson to be learned somewhere. Might not seem like it, of course, right away, but there is. So those are sort of the little things that we try to find, the silver linings, if you will. Put a positive spin on it if you want to go further. That sort of thing. But which is a great experience, and unfortunately for Haas going through what he's going through, I sympathize, I get it. Fortunately, though, he has the ability to learn from this and move forward with hopefully not much backlash there, which again we'll get into that later on. But yeah, so we don't like to get too heavy into some of these topics, but we just feel like when it's important and when it's relevant, we try to get in and try to give it to you guys straight because we want to. We always have fun with it. We always try to keep it light and airy and laid back, but sometimes we have to hit those hard topics. I just think it's better that you hear it from us because we consider ourselves your friends going in, so that you know about it. That way, then, it doesn't catch you off guard, it doesn't surprise you, and at least you have some insight as to what could be happening. So that's kind of how we focus on that when we do that. But, again, it's life. Life deals us a rotten hand sometimes. Some days it's a full house, other days not a single pair of twos in your hand, if you know what I mean. So, there you go. But at any rate, let's take a short break here. I'll check in on Big Hoss, see where he's at. We'll come back then in a little while. We're here for a bit yet. Plenty more we can chat about there. Again, weekend fun is here. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you want to chat, you can chat now. If you're listening on Spreaker, I'm going to put a message out there as always. please feel free to comment and chat. We are live chatting here. Big Hoss and I always check these, so if you want to talk to us during the show, we will respond. We appreciate those of you who have done it over the past. We love hearing from you guys. Love to continue to hear from you guys, so please, by all means. Or hit us up on social media. We do check those as well during our shows. And, we love to connect with you guys as much as possible, just to give you a real, more personal touch. And anything, speaking of, we talk about technology, anything AI or digital related, it's all strictly us. So let's play some commercials here, play some tracks for you guys, give you guys something fun to listen to on your Saturday night. Of course, as always, we're so glad to have you guys with us. We love you guys so much. It's always a pleasure and a treat when we can spend time with you guys. We hope the feeling is mutual and it's reciprocated. But of course, we understand too. But we're always here for you guys. We always will be. And we just are so grateful. This has been a dream come true for us. It just keeps getting better. It never gets old. And we're just so eternally grateful for the support that you guys give us. Again, of course, you guys, we have the I can't think of the term now. Hang on. The Supporters Club. If you want to support us monetarily, if you want to sign up for a membership monthly, we'd appreciate that. Same thing with our Patreon account. If you want to get a membership there, you can. Exclusive content you will only find there. All of the proceeds go to help us upgrade equipment, upgrades for the show, things like that nature. So it just recycles right back into everything. Nothing goes anywhere else. It's your way. If you want to help us, you can. But just your participation and listening to episodes, sharing with your friends and family and everybody you know, and the more listeners we have, the better. The more friends we can make and the bigger our community and our family grows. We're so appreciative. Just that. Just you being here means the world to us. But it's another opportunity. If you guys want to be part of the show in a bigger way, you can do that. And of course, we would love you to death and thank you so much. We could never repay your kindness in that regard. So, take a short break there. Perfect time. Bathroom break, snack time. No Big Hoss to torture us with his yummy snacks tonight. Maybe. We'll see. And then come on back. Plenty more show to come. We'll see you guys in just a moment. Stick around for more of the What's Up Bro podcast show. Brought to you by the one and only J&J Production Studios, your one true home for entertainment. Now featuring and coming very soon. I know they've been very busy, but they are getting out here. I'm going to reach out to them again to get some more episodes out. But new episodes of the Sanitarium Show featuring Mr. J, your favorite DJ, are coming up soon. Part of the Ragnarok family and proud partnership with us here are now featured at the J&J Production Studios Network. So glad to have those guys with us. Don't get to miss out on them. Stay tuned. We'll post updates when they go on the air. You guys don't want to miss it. We love Mr. J and his friends and family. They're great. It's always a great time. So if you haven't heard them yet, if you're not familiar with the show, make sure you stay tuned. You do not want to miss it. It's awesome. They always have a lot of fun content. It's always something interesting. You never know what's going to happen. I'm sure they don't either. So it's just as entertaining like anything else like you wouldn't believe. But you don't want to miss out on that. So make sure you guys keep up to date with that. So yeah, there you go. We'll let you guys know. Plenty more of the show to come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Right after this. Do not go away. See you shortly.
Hey audio fans, are you looking for fun and excitement? Have you been searching for that special show? You know, the one complete package you want in a podcast? Then check out the What's Up Bro podcast show and experience what true entertainment is all about. Stay tuned and don't miss the action. Available on your favorite streaming services, including YouTube. Thank you for all your support. And as always, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
Hey there, do you love podcasts? Are you having difficulty finding the right ones to listen to? Is it frustrating when you're trying to pick that show? You know, the one where everyone must collectively agree on? Like finding a good movie or TV show to watch, do you look for the most jam-packed entertainment that's possible to find in a single episode every week? Then search no more, and welcome to J&J Production Studios. It's our business to provide the best entertainment and information available for you. Whether you're sitting in that comfy chair with your favorite snack and beverage listening live each week, or downloading your favorite show episodes to take with you on the go while you're at work, exercising, or even just to play at night for you to fall asleep to. There's something for everyone, no matter what size, shape, or age you are. Visit www.linktree.com/J_J Production Studios to find all the streaming services where our podcast shows can be found. You can also connect with us on your favorite social media platforms, including Facebook and Twitter. You can join our public Discord server and chat directly with us. But wait, there's more. You can subscribe to our official YouTube channel and be notified every time a new show is broadcast. Wish you could have some studio souvenirs or collectibles? Guess what? You can. Visit the official store where you can purchase items featuring your favorite podcast and show hosts. Would you like to help support us? You can do that by getting your very own exclusive membership on our Patreon account. All proceeds go to help us upgrade our shows, which will only enhance the entertainment provided to you. Thank you so much. We're excited to have you as an audience. Your love and support are always appreciated. We'll see you soon.
break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
All right, welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out there. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is the What's Up Bro podcast show, brought to you by, of course, your favorite place in the world, J&J Production Studios, your number one true home for entertainment. I'm Sam Crow with you guys as always. Big Hoss, unfortunately, is not going to be making it tonight. He got tied up last minute, so he's unfortunately out for the night. So he will be back, though. He's actually messaging me now. He's been off and on, so... So we will pencil this for another time. So I know that the description, the topic of the episode, the title of the episode, that's the word I'm looking for, is a little deceiving there. But I did give you some highlights there. We'll continue this later on. Again, I just don't want to steal the thunder because it's really something I feel Big Hoss should share with you guys, and we will get into that. So we did cover some good things tonight, though, for sure. I think it kind of went sort of in that realm of way I wanted it to go, but sometimes it works out that way, other times it doesn't. It's really just a matter of it's a gamble to roll the dice. You just never know sometimes, but we do our best. We try to inspire and educate and really just give it our all every single time. That's the thing, you guys. We always try to put our best foot forward. You know, we always try to give 110% in everything we do, and that's something we all should do in life, not just in certain things, but in everything, especially if it's something that we are passionate about, that we are working towards, striving towards, whether that's school, whether that's work, a potential job, anything like that. We just want to do it that way. So anything you approach in life, and we're actually getting ready to end things a little bit earlier tonight, or actually right at the top of the hour, quite honestly. It'll be a few minutes earlier than our normal time, but since it is just me, we're going to kind of keep it a little bit briefer there. Plus, for you guys, give you a chance to go back and listen to some classics if you want to. They're always available. The important thing is that we, at the very end of the day, I use this quote a lot, and I believe it from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I think it's just as true now than ever. It's better to have tried and failed than to have never tried at all. Why is that such a monumental quote? It means a lot. For me personally, there's a lot of goals I'm still striving towards, and I keep telling myself, I know I'm getting older, I still have time yet, and I can do it. I just have to push hard at it to really work towards it. And I think it can happen. I'm a big believer that, I know people say we can't always get our hopes and dreams, we can't always have everything there. While that's true to a certain extent, but I still think it's possible to get out a lot more than anything if we strive for it, if we work toward it. We just have to be willing to go that extra mile and persevere and give it the absolute very best that we can. So, as we end here tonight, our hope, as always for you guys, is that you accomplish your goals and dreams, that you're happy. Our goal is to make you happy, so if you're happy, we're happy. So we hope we can bring it for you guys each week. We try to bring something new and exciting. We try to go the extra mile. And sometimes it pays off and works. Other times it's hit or miss. But we will say, ultimately, at the end of the day, at the end of it all, it's worth every minute of it. And we'll use the podcast shows here as an example. We're still growing, we're still learning, we're still, we're going to catch up on the other stuff. There's been a few bumps here. We have our favorites. Again, ASMR Nighttime Sleep. The Law and Justice show, I've actually got some ideas for, too. There might be some surprises there as well. The review show, the sports show. Speaking of which, I meant to mention this, actually, I forgot, coming off the commentary regarding the sports show, and of course the Game Corner. All these things we'll get back up to regularly. But breaking news, if you're not following that, and I am really stunned, the Dallas Mavericks have upset the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Thunder of the route 117 to, I should have left it up, 117 to 116 by 1 point. The Mavericks, kudos to them. Where is our applause meter here? In a stunning upset, have defeated the Thunder and are advancing to the finals. We already know Boston made it. They're waiting to see who wins. Tomorrow's games will finalize our Final Four. Will it be the Pacers or the Knicks who go to Boston? And will it be Minnesota or, and I'm so horrible at this, I should be paying attention to that. Oh, Denver. That will face off against the Mavericks. Now, let me see. Seed-wise, Denver is 2, Minnesota's 3. So it doesn't matter. The winner of that matchup will be the host. Dallas will have to travel. But kudos to them. I said there was going to be an upset somewhere. I didn't quite think it was going to be here, but it's always a possibility. So congratulations to the Mavericks. I know the job isn't finished. There's a lot of teams out there are still waiting for glory there. But it's truly a massive thing when you can knock off the favorite there. So congrats. Best of luck going forward. We'll see what happens. We're going to do a special on that in the sports show coming up soon once we have our Final Four. Probably later sometime this week, towards the weekend. We'll see. We'll have some time coming up, so I'm going to be prepping to do some shows too. So we'll keep you guys posted there as well. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. Almost to the finals. We'll see who will be the NBA champion of 2024. But it's always exciting. You never know what's going to happen at the drop of a hat. Always changes every day. That's life. Like we talked about, it does happen. So a little bit of a sidewinder there for you guys. So, of course, as always, you guys, just our hope is that you live your best life. Be who you can be your absolute best, and you'll be happier for it. Doesn't mean you'll be rich and famous. You don't have to, you just want to be happy. That's the main goal. Do what you love to do what you have to do, but make the most of life. We only live once. It's not a video game. We can't restart it. It's game over. Once our life ends, it's game over. So, as I said with my good friend John, I've learned lessons from that. I continue to take those lessons with me. As unfortunate it is, we no longer have any more lessons or conversations. I still have chock full of memories over the last 20-some years that will last me a lifetime. And even after him being gone, he's still teaching me stuff. And so it's still a chance for me to learn and grow. But I've definitely got that down too, where I need to appreciate life more, which is why I'm taking opportunities now by taking the bull by the horns. And I encourage you all to do the same too. So that's just my little piece of advice. That's from all of us here. Again, take it for what you will and do with it as you may. But I hope that you each find what it is you're looking for. And I hope you'll come back soon. We'll have plenty more content coming up here. Big Hoss will be back. We'll have plenty more fun surprises for you guys. We hope. It's coming to the end of May, but we're coming into summer. Summer's going to be awesome. Lots more fun things we're going to do, hope to do. Hopefully you guys will come along the journey still with us. If you've been with us since the beginning, we love you guys so very much. We love you all. And if you're new to us here, we don't discriminate. We love every single one of you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the family. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you will enjoy it. So many more great things to come. And of course, as always, anything more you want, J&J Production Studios, check it out. Linktree.com/J_J Production Studios. Follow us on all social media accounts, all the streaming services where our podcast shows can be featured, including 2024 all rights exclusive, the new What's Up Bro show website, JNJProductionStudios.com. Check it out today. This episode will be up there once it gets posted. And of course, you guys, as always, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate all your support. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to go out partying, as Big Hoss would say, take an Uber, be responsible. And for me, be happy, be healthy, and be safe. We want to see you guys not only live the fullest life, but the healthiest as well. Have a great rest of your Saturday night and a wonderful Sunday to you all. We love and appreciate you all so very much. Good night and goodbye for now. And of course, and as always, until next time, when we see you at the show. Good night, everybody.
thank you for listening to the What's Up Bro show. Catch all the latest live action on your favorite podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can also check out episodes on the studio's official YouTube channel. Subscribe and become a member today. Don't forget to also turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Stay tuned and don't miss a single moment. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, we will see you at the show.